What the fuck is up, YouTube? It's your boy back at it again with another banger. Today we're going to be betting our last bit of money. Hooray! Alright. I'm gonna drop top with Stone Wall.
All these people would really like to give up, and they really have that drive.
The expectation should be to win first place. Get them to this end. We kind of just threw at the end.
Yeah, I mean, we're winning 5 versus 3.
Look how quick this one.
Oh!
After a strong 2-0 victory, it's going to be none other than the Sentinels Cubert Academy that are going to be qualified now for the playoffs of Stage 2. Roy, this is a roster that they've had the role changes. They've switched the head coach. There's a lot of things against them, but off of today's series and even just off of that most recent Haven, I wouldn't be able to tell that at all because I think this team is looking great.
Right? I'm really happy to see this talented roster with this kind of turnaround, and they looked a lot more comfortable with their new roles. It feels like things are clicking. Things, at least in my mind, things make a lot more sense in terms of how they're playing their roles. But just on the Haven alone, I feel like they just looked phenomenal. They're just a completely different team than what we've seen, right? At times they looked a little bit shaky, but they just looked so much more decisive. They looked so much more they just looked like a complete package all around, and I'm excited to see what this team has brought forth.
Well, yeah.
Especially at this point in Challengers, Ash, we've gotten to see a lot of really close games. Series come down to the wire as we're at the tail end of things. But Cubert Academy, I think the way that they were able to have this victory today too, I think is really telling and a really good sign for their playoff run ahead.
Oh, it absolutely is. I think if you look at the fact that, now they've solidified their spot for playoffs here. There were maybe some questions when they had that really close loss up against Ambrosia, a team that was a bit of a dark horse, like heading into stage 2. But now that we've seen, all of these role changes coming in for Cubert, and now what seems to be kind of like the finalization of the vision for Cube, with having Redux going back onto that duelist, Knights looking really good, honestly, on that controller role, and that steady performance that we're seeing from Scoob as he has adjusted to that Sentinel is looking really good for this team. And I think that, yes, they did have insane performances today. They look really comfortable with how they're playing and how the compositions are now working with the system that Cubert has built. But I will also say it was a lot of taking advantage of big mistakes that YFP were also making in this best of 3 series. I feel like when we're talking about Haven, you're meant to be playing like that push and pull on defense for the side of YFP. Besides, they end up losing out 2-10, but we really didn't see them going for that much of that extremity pressure. Instead, playing a little bit further back most of the time, not actually looking to force out too much of that util early. It felt like we had Cubert successfully contacting up over towards A, over towards D, very consistently, and really taking advantage of the fact that YFP were starved of a lot of that information due to their positioning.
Yeah, I completely agree. I mean, you're absolutely right. I think YFP just looked a little bit too static on their defense side, but I think for me what is like slightly confusing is the fact that YFP opted to start on the defense side when they have a vice composition. I just feel like the low information requires you to be proactive, and they really were just sitting on sites. But I mean, shout out to Cuba, right? They knew how to work around that. They knew how to play their own push and pull. They got the whole defense from YFP completely dismantled. But the odd thing for me is, look at the stats. Like 12 first kills for YFP and only 7 for Cubert. Yet it is a 13-6. Like that has to be an insane fumble happening on the YFP end. Like there's definitely a lot of dysfunctions. You can clearly see it even on their ascent side. They were getting completely demolished by Cubert Academy. So yeah, they should. But fortunately, guys, this is not the end of YFP. This is not an elimination match. This is only a qualifying match. So congratulations, obviously, to Qbert Academy. But YFP, they're still on the board. They're still 3-3. They still have one more shot to clinch that playoff spot and hopefully get things rolling in playoffs. But yeah, I mean, just Qbert looked so much better. And I think for me, and maybe this is probably one of my final points is Knights. I was a big question mark, right? Like his role
Trying to
has
see
been
if it's
stabilized so much,
if
right?
I could
He got
like
thrown in as a sentinel,
get
and he
more
got swapped to duelist, and now he's back to controller. But
statistics and shit.
23 and 6 performance.
So,
I mean, I think that speaks volumes into this player's flexibility.
so I
and
could
maybe an
actually
underrated
win a
aspect.
bet for once.
I definitely agree with you on that. I think that it says a lot for this rookie player to be stepping up in tier 2 and to be able to have now touched 3 different roles for a roster and to have this final third one seem to be some of the best performances that he's putting out there. And he looked good on the Sentinel. He looked good on the duelist, and somehow he's looking even better on the controller. It feels like all the pieces are now finally coming together here for Qbert Academy, and I'm looking forward to seeing how now what looks to be their final form will continue to grow going into playoffs, where I feel like now Qbert is a team that everyone's always had their eyes out on, but with the new changes coming to these roles, I think they've just become more dangerous.
Yeah, I really hope this isn't for so long their final form, because this is looking really nice. But we have none other than the player who's gone through the most role swaps on the team. We have Knights on the line for the pit interview to get a little bit more insight. Congratulations on the win. We get to see you on the Open today for the win, and such a big step-up performance. How are you feeling, especially now on the
Bora's good,
controller
right?
role?
Feeling good.
Vora 7. But Vora's the one that plays. I don't know, but Vora,
Yeah, I think
I'm pretty sure he
to be honest.
plants Spike on
Over there.
Hey, might as well find that out sooner rather
Pretty sure
than
he plans
later.
Spike.
But I want to know then the
And,
conversation as to
yeah.
why it then took so long to put you on this
Those
smoke
guys don't
role.
really get
Was it
kills.
just never something that came up? You wanted to try everything else, or?
Yeah, so when I first joined the team, really at Scuba, amazing smokes player, did amazing work on smokes last year on
but he
Oxygen.
also plays Tail.
And then, what's it called?
Tail's about to get
We,
nerfed.
between our off season and stage 1, I tried out smokes because Scuba was such a good lurker, and we just saw he would have
15
definitely
kills
more
him out.
impact on Senti.
I don't know if
we
that's
tried me
doable
on
for him.
smokes, and we had him on Senti, and then everything was perfect, but then last second we swapped me to duelist because Redux already had only experience with Sen. So we just thought because we're kind of on a time crunch, so we just thought that would be the best option. And yeah, so we revisit the conversation, and yeah, me on smokes is looking pretty good, so we just went back, stayed.
And then how has that been for yourself throughout the journey? Because I know I had spoken to you when you were putting in a lot of work into the Sentinel, learning this role, right? And then now you're having another roller. Was this one a lot easier to kind of adapt to, since it was something that you did
Flip
go
now.
back in stage 3?
Yeah, this was way easier to adapt. I've already had a lot of controller reps. It was way easier. I didn't have to learn that much. It was just everything just came back to me. It was simple. Yeah.
Perfect. And now, Qbert Academy, you guys are looking really strong. You're secured for playoffs. How are you feeling now with the playoff runs ahead of you, especially with hopefully having all the roles finally finalized?
It's looking good. I think for playoffs we'll definitely be in our top form.
Sheesh.
And yeah, I think I like the position we're in right now. And I think for playoffs we'll definitely set, and it would
Sheesh, Louise.
definitely be pure domination.
I'm looking forward to it from the team. Knights, congratulations on this win. Have a good night. Thank you so much for chatting. Thank you. I love to hear the confidence coming out from the team, and cannot wait to see Qbert Academy in the playoffs. But still, one more game on today. Quick break, and then we'll get right to it. Stay tuned.
How would he real Sage though? The full. Don't flex shit. 17 though. 11. 14. I think I gotta go. Yeah, I gotta go 7 here.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Valorant Challengers
Dude,
North
this,
America. Sierra Dawn, Roy, and Ash. Hubert Academy qualified into the playoffs. Trying to get another team qualified.
no way,
And up next on the day, it's going to be Burger Boys going up against TSM. And we said we were super excited for the last series. Roy, that sentiment still holds. That was a lot of fun to watch. But this one I'm particularly intrigued about because these are two very different teams in terms of the experience and the prestige. But again, it is Challengers. You never know what to expect.
Yeah, I mean, that should just be the trademark. Like, we need to talk to the producers to just have that in the beginning of every broadcast. You never know what to expect. But yeah, this is completely different, right? TSM, in my opinion, is a very clear overdog. They're definitely a hard-hitting team. Burger Boys is a team that no one ever talks about. I feel like we haven't talked about this roster, but they're low-key holding some insane talent on this roster, both fresh and experienced players between Retro and Nanners. But yeah, this roster has been great. I feel like they're really good. They're really flashy. They have their own little flair to the game, and I'm honestly really excited to see what they bring forth against a team like TSM, a top dog.
Yeah, I think that's the exciting part is like, I don't even know if we touched on this for even the last matchup, but that Huber versus YFT and then now the Burger Boys versus TSM, these are teams that had been able to dodge each other so far within this season of Challengers, which is pretty crazy to think. Being so deep now into the Swiss stage here of stage 2, but this Burger Boys roster, I feel like, Roy, you mentioned that we haven't talked about them like a crazy amount. They did have like a hard start to stage 2, those 0-2 losses to really difficult teams to beat, like the top echelon teams in NA and in Uber, and then they've been slowly kind of building that momentum back up. I think that they've been performing really well as well in some like tier 3 events as well, like the Funhammer events and like the YFP Lockdown Arena events and whatnot, and have really been solidifying those reps in competition here and have been slowly leveling up here for stage 2 to be real contenders with the additions of like Practo and Bonnie, like you had talked about.
Yeah, this team has been trying if you look back at their past results in these tier 3. So they have been putting the reps in, and I'm excited to see how that comes to light in these servers today. And I want to talk with, first about two people that in their last Challengers match, not just the tier 3, we're having a really strong impact in performance. Let's talk about Alvin and Bonnie, because looking at these two players, you have this aggression coming out from Bonnie's end, but then Roy, someone like Alvin to really be able to hold it down, and really great stats coming out from both of these players.
Yeah, you know, whenever we talk about like duelists becoming Sentinel players and like how much that makes sense in some ways, Alvin is literally like a walking proof of that thing. Like, this player was playing duelist at one point, and now he's on the Sentinel role, and I feel like his mechanics have transferred over completely, and that risk-taking sort of playstyle has completely transitioned for him as well, and he just looks so good on that Sentinel role, right? Then you have Bonnie, of course, a kind of fresh player into the scene, into the VCL scene at least. Obviously, he's been competing in Tier 3 prior, but, I mean, the player looks flashy. I mean, you can literally just go on these people's Twitter and get a quick feel for what kind of, what these players bring to the table, right? Like, you're seeing crazy, crispy mechanics, super flashy, super flicky, like, he plays a lot of the duelists. This is Bonnie, by the way. He's a duelist player. He plays almost every single duelist. He's flashy. He's really good. He's very high tempo. And I feel like this roster is, once that ball really gets rolling, it can be really hard to stop at times.
Especially too with this roster, it's just these two players that we're focusing on for now. But across the board, everyone's really capable of the step up. But when we are talking about Bonnie and Alvin, being able to see how they're able to put that pressure on for the team, it's a surprise that we haven't really gotten to talk about them more, Ash, because on paper and stuff, this makes a lot of sense, and why maybe they're not too much of an underdog in today's series.
Yeah, no, I think heading up into this matchup against TSM, they have a really great opportunity to contend here. And I think looking at, I guess, like, the way that these players play, when you look at Alvin, Sentinel that we been hyping up like so much in this conversation, that head-to-head. In my opinion, I think he's one of the best Cypher players currently within this stage of challengers. When you do look at kind of the numbers, I think that it's going to be really interesting to see him maybe even going head-to-head up against Seven on some of those Cypher maps that GSM are going to be running as well. Because I know that Seven, one of the best currently in Challengers League, but Alvin has some of the most reps, I think, as far as when you're looking like reps to the statistics, as far as like how well he's performing, how consistently he's performing. He's a player that hasn't been talked about as much for being so good.
Wait, so it's all time is it? She ain't even what she up.
Yeah, the crazy part is you look at CSM's record and they're 3-2. It doesn't look great, but it's honestly
Send me not fragging. Just go ahead and put the fries in the bag.
I'm excited to see this sort of fresh duelist in the league. Bonnie versus Sim, the very experienced duelist, right? We talk a lot about these sort of like benchmark matchups, right? This is one of those benchmark matchups. You want to know where Bonnie stands on the duelist power ranking? Put him up against Sim. Sim's always in your face, he's always challenging you. He knows how to find the face, he knows how to play around the meta, and it's going to be a great eye-opener for us to see exactly where Bonnie stands as a duelist and how he matches up against a team like TSM.
What do it?
Head-to-head, just per template, what
Shit,
the
what
team
you
is
mind?
going to be more better team going up against a real up-and-comer. So it'll be really fun to see how that all pans out once we get into the server itself. I absolutely love it. Again, for a playoff spot, not
is so good. Oh my god.
Talk about the series that is just ahead in the map mix and ban. Because when you're looking at a better team like CSM, they've definitely got a lot of depth to them, and Ash is going to be kicking it off on Icebox.
Oh fuck no. You said icebox? Oh fuck no.
Really good on this map. Pretty clinical, honestly.
Chat.
Seen them on
Chat,
it
I'm
up
cooked.
against teams like Team Academy.
Chat, I am overly cooked.
Right now within the league, and this is a map where you can tell that they're very comfortable. One of the few teams is also running a harbor on this map, and not just running a harbor, running a solo harbor. The double sentinel with the Sage KJ is like, it's pretty insane, but it makes sense because it means that they're very reliant on the Deco pick here on Icebox as well, because of the fact that you're looking at, okay, harbor, you've got that code, Sage, you've got the wall, and having that consistency, especially now starting out on the attacking side for them as well, I think that's completely going to hand the CSM to be able to get that bomb planted, locked down into the post plan.
Definitely. I think TSN actually has an insane meta interpretation. It's not one that I really expected them to, when we first saw. But when I saw the composition and I saw the way they were approaching the map, it makes complete sense. They have a very well-rounded defense comp. They have a lot of retake potential. It is a retake heavy map. It's hard to
Bitch,
defend
them
on that map.
bullies not with a butty.
The map is so linear. It's so like go A, go B that their composition doesn't need much more gear than the ability to slam these sites and just have enough skill to take the initial path control off towards B game or towards A game. And they're doing that perfectly. And there's a reason why they picked this map. They've had great results on it and it looks phenomenal. But heading over to the second map, right? We're talking about Burger Boys. Now, if you look at Burger Boys, they have played this map 15 times, including tier 3 since the beginning of April. They have 15 officials been on those guys. They're 13-2 on it. Now, obviously, not all the teams that they've played have been the caliber of the CLB, right? But that's still a lot of reps. And they 13-1 Blue Water on this map, what, 2 weeks ago, I think? Oh, about a week and a half ago? Like, that is still an insane level of, like, comfortability and just, like, potential on that map. So I think the second map is actually quite interesting. It can go either way, but part of me is kind of leaning like, is this Burger Boy's advantage on the second map? Like, it very well could be.
I'm very intrigued about that Lotus because, first off, Burger Boys, the amount of reps they have on it cannot be disputed. But I don't think it necessarily looks bad from TSM's end. It goes back to they have a 33%, but they take a loss to M80 in overtime when it was M80 map pick. Like, it's not disastrous. So I don't know, first off, if I was can say, okay, this has to be Burger Boys way, but I'd be intrigued if it does mean we get to a new map 3 here after in a sense. Is that one? That's an interesting implication.
Yeah, it definitely is. If you look at the fact that their Burger Boys, they have a nearly like old school comp on its end. They said you're subbing out Teo for the Yoru there on the side of the board.
In this video, I'll demonstrate two methods for recording audio files into FLCDL. Click the plus icon in the step sequencer and choose Audio Clip. Click on the folder icon and choose the desired audio file.
Really great performances on it.
Now, just drag and drop it into the playlist area.
Well, they're able to like
Or you can just drag it from here.
yourself there and just put that kind of pressure on the plane, especially I think ever against a comp like CSM.
Another simple method is to drag and drop the file from the file explorer directly onto the playlist.
Yoru and the Yoru World
Chat, I gotta shit. I gotta shit really bad. But But I can't. I can't shit. No more shitting.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I think it's going to be a long road to that third map, but if it somehow gets there, I think the interaction between obviously
No more shitting.
and Sova, I think it pairs quite well into the composition that TSM is running. But who knows, right? Once we get there, we'll talk more about it. But I mean, just looking at the first map, I think it's leaning, in my mind, it's leaning pretty heavily towards TSM. They've had great results on that map. They look phenomenal. I'm excited to see how Burger Boys are going to approach this. I'm sure they're expecting this in their veto. And on the second map, I really feel like it could go either way. Obviously, TSM is still a massive overdog. They've had some decent results on Lotus themselves. The only loss, actually, one of the losses was hard. It was against NTK. It was a 30-0
I did switch over to CSM, but then it was too late.
Fuck you, dude. You know, nigga.
For this anyways, you know, I'll fight for that. They need a little love. I do think the step up the team has had is really, really good. I do think we're going to do it well better if newcomers are strong also.
Okay, you know what? I have a take, okay? Burger Boys got tested in the first two matches against some pretty difficult teams, right? But the results weren't that bad against Cooper and MAD. There were some close maps. In fact, 3 of the 4 maps
Bro, like,
there was a recent win against Nightblood Gaming. There was some but now they're getting another shot at the
chat, am I cooked?
last time they had
Holy fun shit.
reminder versus MAD Cooper, this time it's CSM. It has their development arc. It's good enough. I feel like they've had time. They've had ample time to practice, tighten up, get everybody practicing at a higher caliber of play, get everybody accustomed to facing in PCL. I feel like they might have a real shot. So you know, I don't blame your picks here.
I like how you're talking about it as if like ours was swapped and you picked Burger Boys on it. I respect it though, but we almost have a match where we picked their players, so that's no shit on them for the opportunity to grab the match. We're going to take the first break on the other end.
Do, 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 do. How? This iPhone Studio shit is so restarted, bro. Shit is not fair. Nigga, that is so ass, bro. I'm actually sick. Shit, so how do you make a new one? How you make a new pattern? That shit is so fucking garbage, nigga. poggers. I don't know. Wait. No, what the fuck did I just do? No, what the fuck did I just do? Nigga, what the fuck did I just do? Nigga, what the fuck did I just do? Yeah. Why does it start from there? Why is it playing the bro? Like, am I missing it? Like, bro. Nigga, what is playing? Like, holy fuck. Stop that shit. Nigga, shut up. Alright, bro. You're muted. You're muted, nigga. Bro. wait, something's still playing. Fuck, didn't Sim go crazy on this map? Pretty sure he went. He goes like Raze or some shit. Oh yeah, I'm cooked. Yeah, I'm overly cooked. GG, bro. GG, bro. GG, bro. GG, bro. Yeah. No. Why does something look like it's missing? Something. Nigga. Okay. Bro. No. Wait, no. Wait. Where is it? Wait. And then. You can't even hear this shit. What the fuck? Oh yeah, that's a banger. Alright, bro. Delete this. Delete that bitch. And the fuck is my library? Hey, where the fuck did my library go? Oh my god, bruh. Shit's hot too, man. Nigga, what? Bruh. Nope. What happened? Nothing. No. No. It's just taking long. Yeah. It would. No. Maybe. I don't know. I'm at home. What do you mean? You gonna come by this weekend? Alright. Wait, what'd you say? Why is he just laying on the floor? Bro, he looks just like Uncle Simon.
I know.
Uncle Simon came over here like 2 days, or yesterday, or 2 days ago.
He wanted to hoop.
He wanted to hoop? Yeah, he asked me if I still hoop. I told him no.
He texted you what?
What happened?
Yo, Ethan,
Yeah.
let's do a trade. I give you this. You give me virtual cash.
How does that work? How what happens to all the money I send you?
Dude, that was for food. You know that. Wait, did you ever get your account fixed?
For what?
So you're done gambling for real?
Potentially.
What'd you say?
I said potentially.
Potentially.
Yeah, potentially I'm done. It's a possibility.
You know? Yeah. So, how's life been?
Nigga,
Hello?
what happened?
You're good?
Who are you talking to?
Go in the background. What is he doing? What are you doing, Ethan?
So what am I doing?
Look at our dogs.
That's literally just a fake blue, bro. Like you can't make it.
Shut up.
You can't make that shit up. That's literally a fake blue.
How is this a fake?
What do you mean? How is it a fake? Are you retarded?
Our dog is older is a fake.
It doesn't matter. Nigga, that is... Nigga, that's a fake blue. I'm crying.
No, it's not.
Nigga, look at him. He looks retarded.
Billy. He looks better than your dog.
Nigga, they both look retarded, but blue looks more normal. Nah,
Yo,
that's a skinwalker.
no? Oh yeah, I did. 220108. 220108.
Alright, I'm gonna call you later. I gotta do something.
Hey, dude, let's trade for real.
Alright, when you give me $10, I'll give it to you.
Dude, the $10 right here. Right here, I got to put in a parlay.
I don't have $10 right now.
Motherfucker. Look at this guy.
Nigga's ugly as shit.
I'm gonna put him up yard league.
Nigga, have you ever won a parlay? Have you ever won a parlay?
Yes. You know I like when you want them shrieks. Like just a cool shriek.
Nah. You're cooked, bud. You're overly
See
cooked.
what I'm doing. It's 'cause I'm trying to do 8 mans.
Yeah, that's like a .4 chance you hit or some shit.
Bro. Bro. It'd be like dudes like doing the most.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta just stick with 2 mans.
What are you doing?
Nothing.
$10.
Yeah, I don't even like bet anymore like that.
Cause your account got banned.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yep.
Why'd they even ban you? What they say you was doing?
I was being a winner.
But you wasn't winning that much. But if you made way more money than you.
I was being a winner. That's what I wanted. Wait, that's why
Nah,
they
you
bet
was
me.
doing. You was doing some other.
No, I lost one.
You was cheating.
I lost one parlay for 350, and then I refunded it.
See, bro.
Thank you everyone so much for your patience. Good news, the game is soon and it is already Burger Boys.
How do you do that?
And it's gonna be Icebox then.
I just disputed it
Break away
on my bank account, and then they
what Burger Boys do.
closed my shit.
We got Manners on the arena. This could be a fun time.
Yeah, I feel like the double duels are going to be a really interesting
Yep.
dynamic here with
They fucked me.
ultra utility, super stall kind of competition that they have. If Burger Boys can successfully interrupt that disrupt them and their execution, perhaps something otherwise, I'm moving towards the TSM.
What happened?
That's my
Yeah, I
last
think
little
the
bit.
comp just looks really good for how they're playing it, but I do think that this shift for energy option for the arena as opposed to the ice.
Alright, I'll talk to you later.
For this team, and even for
Fucking
Retro
faggot.
going back to the Viper instead of playing the Harbor that they were playing with last time Burger Boys played Icebox in one of the
The
first
sun
tournaments. Which I think
more
that arena
than
pick allows
sings.
Manners to be a little bit more
Do
aggressive and have that
you
ability to get out with dismiss,
in
where
the
especially
spring?
disrupt like the plant for
Oh,
CSM.
my
That is really where we're gonna have our eyes on is how
And
Burger Boys are
even
gonna try
time
and test that
and
control.
people's
Has the pick up there
body
for Sledge that ability
for
to send that
two
with
over your
so much
side.
protection within the kit, within GMT and Bora, is that's where you're gonna have to try and like really break things up with CSM starting on the attack.
Us definitely back against Burger Boys within this series, but exactly what they've got is Icebox is here, and what's on the line? A chance to playoff, of course. It's ready though. It's time to head over to Vans and then to get you started.
Thanks so much, Sierra. Yeah, TSM have been turning heads all season long and are right on the cusp of being the best of the challenges. While Burger Boys, they're in the midst of their best split after narrowly avoiding rotation last split, and they're really grinding to prove they can hang with the rest.
Definitely, and I'm not too sure if Burger Boys is going to be able to hang with TSM though in this matchup on this map with this comp. I feel like I'm watching what 100 B's in 2020. When nothing works, let's just play double duelist and roll. But you know what? Maybe sometimes that's good enough, right?
Oh, nigga, I'm overly cooked. Yeah, I am overly cooked. Oh my god, bro. These niggas fucked me with the icebox pick. Oh, well.
It's definitely going to be a difficult task for a team like Burger Boys to catch up to the tempo here of TSM, particularly though on the defensive side. First, you're playing Risen, and tempo on the east side defense, as all of them are stacked towards that side.
That's the storyline.
Burger Boys have been experimenting more with ISO, whether they want to play a sentinel or not. This time help them to do so. And Manners, like I said, usually on the ice, so sometimes even as a secondary duelist,
Yeah, that's what I said too.
Burger Boys, they're scrappy, and they want to try and surprise TSM, and it's already Retro doing just that with First Blood, and they said the response from Sim and the rest of TSM to evict Burger Boys from these safe positions. As Manners, well, he's clearly a threat on the mid-side. TSM all stacked together, ready to deal with this as soon as the squatter goes away, and Manners is trying to advance through it. Doesn't work out.
What was that? Like was that a cascade behind a high tide too? Because he went tried to go through the first wall,
Take it out.
and saw the stars. He saw it after.
You are
I just love the TSM
overly
triple
fucking
to do that right
cooked,
after. He's like,
bro.
let's not give him any chance. And that's the definition of what it's been here. So it was double cascade. So we played full utility, by the way, for the side of EMP in that round. But I love here for the side of TSM, their signature pretty much throughout this split is you're looking at a team that plays with a lot of aggression and a team that's very protocol for trades. And TSM has turned that around since last year. I think even last year, under the helm here and the guys of Faded, they still had good protocols and good fundamentals and very good macro. But with MBS, it's really just wielded some very heavy aggression on the side here at TSM that we're saw.
Beautiful shot from Bonnie too to shut down Sim, who was maybe looking to dash in. There's a lot of bombs on Sim, the GMP at 7. To set up these post-point opportunities for recoil and more.
Let's take a jump.
Around the corner, and TSM staggering, not able to do much else, but recoil with 2.
Hello?
7 keeps it close. 1v1 between the two, and it's Alvin that gets the three for Burger Boys.
And we were just gassing up TSM on that route until they just walked into their deaths overall here. Burger Boys going with full pistols and just winning all these fights. I was just looking at my other screen trying to find some more stats, and I turn around, and then suddenly it's a 1v1 for Alvin Boy as they would have opened it up here and closed that round for Burger Boys. And maybe that's the reason why that maybe things faltered. We do have a little bit of a tick pause. Sim is AFK, not even in the spawn, so I don't know if there was an issue when they were trying to enter in, but I mean at this point before it's been called, damage has been made, so we should keep it up at a 1-1 scoreline here. But look at how good Burger Boys were at, and that's exactly what Lauren was mentioning before. How do you fight through the amount of people that would be coming out of TSM?
Oh, dude, tech pause. The game just started, bro. What the fuck?
That's the best thing you want coming out for your side. You didn't have to use too much detail out of that because we are all sort of eco. So yeah, it turned out in their favor that the crosshair was in the right spot.
Yeah, it's an important decision for Burger Boys to decide when you have this high tide that closes you in.
Sorry, I've never seen a pigeon fly before. I love it.
It's not a curse. I wasn't gonna note it. It's curse.
I love it. No pigeon.
2 brains and a dream.
Sorry, your point, Kiwi.
Oh, right. Decisions, important things, right? Going back to important things.
True.
Burger Boys, you know, when that blows in by the high side, they either have to play out of it or play within it. And I like the decision to be on preventative duty because the post plans from TSM can be really strong when you have full sentinels, turrets, sage walls, whatever TSM has. And Burger Boys shot from Lonnie tech related, but Lonnie was, I think, kind of a dark horse or a dark pigeon, if you want to call it that, going into this.
Lonnie's definitely flying on that retake for sure. That said, though, the thing is with TSM is with this comp, usually we talk about how good this comp is for like flanking and whatnot because of the code, because of the wall, because of the tick of wingman. But the thing is, like TSM found a lot of good value on their defensive side as well, and they're not trying to leverage the Laura wall in terms of like, okay, let's try to find info, then we can just play wall and play wingman post mine for the defuse. They're actually being very proactive on walling like D main or walking that middle and walling up that section, so they can actually stronghold and actually fight toe to toe against the other teams. And I kind of like the approach out there from PSM on the defensive side as well because of that. If you look at this comp, it doesn't look like it's gonna be a composition that should be able to fight toe to toe with, for example, a double duelist right and on the side of Burger Boys. some portion of that map, you're able to stronghold others, and maybe that crossbar setup or the pendulum swings that comes out from the, again, the aggression of
Now blue in with that
trade off each
stick.
other with that aggression, it turns out to be quite good for them.
Surprising that it's only been 2 rounds and we already have the first lead. But I don't know like how much credit I want to give, just because I don't know if the kind of issue is on TSM's side or not. But yeah, TSM are very well drilled on this map. Like Roy brought it up on the desk, winning 13 to 8 against M80, and this is a
GG, bro.
M80. Like I could kind of said,
GG, bro. GG, bro. GG, bro.
number 1. They're going to map 3 against M80 and some of the best here. But can TSM go deeper into playoffs beyond the top 6? Can they win Ascension? Like TSM have big dreams. Winning the playoffs, you know, is the first step to that.
Definitely, and it was sim on a return here, so again, damage has been made, so there's not going to be any remake or whatnot from that previous round. And then it's now TSM trying to move forward and answer back with 3 shares, 4 shares actually, and that's a nice little thing that caused for Sim. I don't think he's going to be able to move forward.
How funny, just still taking up all that space despite a cascade coming his way. But Burger Boys felt really confident on the information from the team from Fracto, who's been such a huge addition in the fragging department. And not only that, just bolstering Burger Boys with experience. This is a great round, great core last one left.
Killed them.
Burger Boys go from 50 to 12.
Fucked them.
Flawless is huge too, so fighting again on top of pipes. That's something that's a little bit missed though on the side of, wow, this is the first voice crack in like a year and a half. But this is the first miss that I've seen on the side of TSM in terms of, I mean, it is a full eco, right? You're trying to scale up and trying to max orb control, but the thing is like you do have a good composition with the Killjoy to be able to nanoswarm on the top of pipes. And that's one of the key things that you kind of want here on the side of TSM on your fast hits if you want to take early orb control. But if you look at the position right now, it seems as though you're trying to put recoil onto a lead lurk, which is why you see this warning. Watch out for the pipes. We don't have a nano up there, so they throw the dizzy to find information. They ping the warning. Now they take that space, and you can start now working in the mid round.
And at least Bonnie's kept in check, out down to 10 HP. Doing the same thing as last round. TSM are adapting, but winning these fights cleanly. It's really good trades out of Burger Boys. So TSM now fully take over. They've inserted Sim. This is problems for the Burger Boys. Look at this flight.
Oh, yeah. No. That. Yep. Yep. That's so predictable, bro. I'm just overly cooked. Just overly, just get a 3K, bro.
Sim is the activated pigeon going on to that one. The landing kill wallbang box draw, whatever he did just there, was quite sick. But you mentioned an important fight, forced that fight, but it was so hard for Nanners to try to activate into that area because the alarm bot already, or the turret rather, allowed for TSM to know that, you know, Nanners was trying something else and it kind of like throws away the jig. That
Alright, turn me up, guys. Turn me up. 5 kills on both of the duelists.
that maybe someone is really utilized
Bro.
for time. You just want to add that firepower. But you continue with the same protocol. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Throw the dizzy, and then you just place your crosshairs. So you're waiting for that to launch once again.
Ronnie, important match there. Burger Boys not really respecting the cascade and TSM up close and personal. Seems to be more exchange that we have in the early round. Hunter's Fury versus Thrash. Hunter's Fury, that is clear.
Bro, where the fuck is Retro at?
Well, he's the king.
This nigga had 0 presence, bro. Oh my flirt.
Ground against the team that is so threatening. I like GMB's
Okay.
position. He'll like it's one for the road, actually 2. The third one around the corner that he'll get the call out. The rest of TSM.
Yeah, because he had to cancel. Oh, no, he has it back.
Terrible. You're peaky, bro.
Thrash gets away. Retro's position unknown.
Holy fuck, your chops. Oh my god, why the fuck did the Sova peek out first though? Nigga, you could've just high-load that shit. These dumbass niggers, bro.
But I see the idea behind it. They were trying to tempt
Another free kill.
so they could actually get the res onto GMD. I think that was GMD that got picked off at the very beginning by Nanners. But because, oh no, it was actually Sim, sorry. But because they went into the thrash to try to clear up that space and pick up the orb, the Hunter's Fury canceled all of their plans to try to go for that res and bring it in as a 5-man. So I love the answer back coming out from Burger Boys. It stays very scrappy, and that's the nature of it looking at the Icebox composition that Burger Boys is bringing out. And now you have that as well to help out, right? Look at their zero control right now from the pipes because of the first Never Storm that was thrown.
Yeah, we'll see what this laser does here for Bonnie, but we'll see just
Oh yeah, Sim's definitely getting a 3K here. I'm already knowing. Like a free, yup.
There is TSM just fried Burger Boys on the approach, not letting Bonnie dash back as they've been usually able to.
Yup.
And Braxton was going to still stand at the back corner.
Yup.
Sure fought on TSM, but it's just been a flawless round. Now just Retro pushed to save the
Yup.
weapon, but will do its best. That's not enough.
GG, bro.
It's so dirty. I feel like this is almost intentional. That they
He has 6 kills, 7 kills. Yep, 7. 7 at 4 rounds.
the way that you curve it back towards the city is always going to
Chat, I fear I'm cooked.
allows you to spot feet when players are trying to cross over or trying to find the stand spot. But with the stage wall that's being thrown in that side, one, you're protecting your team from the cross, and secondly, now you can play high low on these boxes. You can also
And Retro's not feeling it today, bro.
so there's only one place
This guy's a loser.
cross here for the DSM, and Burger Boys can play back into it. So almost at this point, if you're going to try to play from the side of Burger Boys to play off-site and then try to break the wall, well, you're going to waste so many bullets already, and then you're giving a chance here for DSM to just set up in a strong pulse plan with the amount of use field that they were mentioning here.
Super Idol Descendal.
Give a thrash or a lockdown. It feels pretty easy for TSM in that round. Like you just force Burger Boys to have to play for retake. And how do you do that? You have all post plays, post plan things that you can do. Like you pointed out, the stage wall or whatever else that TSM can throw at you, including Sim, who is now unleashed. You have to try and mark where he is at all times. He's starting off with a 7-3 after only 6 rounds. So I'm a big fan of what TSM are doing. And of course, with the ultimates that they had, it was even with all the real estate that they had, Burger Boys have to really be cognizant of what TSM have up their sleeve in terms of ultimates and try and predict that better so that you play just out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah, and so far you're looking at this game that, at least the Senate team, that TSM is just hitting A after A after A after A, and it's quite funny because the way that Burger Boys have been playing is just trying to leverage the high lows with the double duelist and the Silva to retaliate, but they're not winning those fights. And now you get into
Fuck you, Sim. You bitch ass nigga.
that you should start faking a presence. You should start activating lurking more because you just saw before we get into the replay, they're actually focusing 4 players on that side now. And TSM never really activated 7 recoil anybody on a late lurk on middle yet. They've never
Bro,
gone
like,
B except for the pistol round. There's still so much room right
see how
now
Gore is doing.
on their win.
Still next game right away from TSM. You're going to see how the
4 has 4 and 7 has 4.
is going to get picked off now that TSM is adapted. Burger Boys are going to
It's gonna be like a 13-8 on this map, I'm already knowing.
Yeah, for sure. I think Bonnie and Nanners both with how they were trying to play so far on the defensive side is not necessarily always go for like double swings potentially because Nanners can go for a pick and just this way, but it feels like it's kind of read by DSM. If you're not going for the double swing, you're definitely going.
Bro, I didn't say Retro's right there. I'm not even started. What the flurp? What the flurpy?
On that previous round, Bonnie got instantly punished, and then TSM was able to flood the site. So TSM are also able to just look very quickly into second gear as soon as they get the first opener here on the A site. So now you're looking back at this composition.
Alright, bro. Alright, bro. Let's do a clap. Who the fuck is my library? Yep.
I would be surprised if you see like a switch in adding like alarm bots and that
Like,
just try to slow down a little bit so that once you delay that extra 5-6 seconds with the nanoswarm, that pops off and then you
Okay.
down to the high tide and then for the rest of your burger boys.
Dude, these don't all sound the same. I'm like actually so confused. Like, oh, they won the last round too. Poggers, huh? How many kills do Retro get? Fat ass goose egg, bro. This thing sucks, bro. Like, how do I always bet on the bottom frags? Like, I literally can't make this shit up. If I bet over on somebody, like, it goes down. If I bet down on somebody, it goes up. Like, I always top frag or bottom frag. This shit doesn't make any sense.
Now the lockdown is there. Burger Boys having just a
This fuck ass game, bro. TSPM mode for real.
but it's the timing of it. The spikes get planted, waiting for maybe a counter lockdown. Burger Boys from the other side of also a high tide. There is a defensive lockdown. Kingston has no way to deal with it.
Well, here's the thing now. Now you have Mosh, you have Nanoswarm in place in the ground for recoil. Probably gonna get a shot guard in there with Cracker doesn't have any more, so they can just delay it.
Right, there's an op that Burger Boys are already aware of. Six man. I have just being able to deal with it.
Yep, Sim gets 2 here.
The ball comes down. The boys will be able to safely get halfway. Has to be a fight. Here and now is the time.
Oh, Sim doesn't get any. That means Retro. Retro with the 2. GG, bro. GG, bro. GG, this fuck ass nigga, bro. Shit. Sauce or is catchy? Alright, bro. Alright, bro. Alright, bro. Alright, bro. The fuck even is this shit? Daddy waiting on you. Bring that money home. Nigga, it's not here. Yeah, it's not gonna let me hear. It's just not gonna let me hear. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. This is some fuck shit, bro. Like, it should not be this hard. I can just tap it.
You're just trying to think on the fly, and it's not working out too well for you. So hopefully, Lotus can be a better expert.
This thing's gonna get 2 kills this entire game. I hate it here, bro. I just hate it. Four bullets, nigga, reload. Nigga, you look so bad. This nigga is some butt cheeks. Like, no way. Like, everybody's getting a kill, boy. Hell. This nigga is some ass. Like, holy fuck. This nigga is literally some butt. Like, a Viper on defense on Icebox should not be getting 3 kills by round 11. That shit's like ridiculous. Nigga, why can't I hear the clap, bro? Nigga, I can't, bro. TSPM out. Alright, but okay, how am I supposed to match the time here? Alright. Right now. Shut up, bro. Nigga sucks, bro. Wait, let me... Okay, like, it's 11. Like, GG, bro. GG, bro. GG, bro. GG, bro. GG, bro. GG, bro. He has 11 kills. GG, bro. GG, bro. GG, bro. GG, bro. GG, bro. Bro, he was not. Nigga, he was never doing it. He was never. Bro. Nigga. This is some fuckery, bro. I can't lie. Bro. This is actually some fuck shit. No, watch this. 5 HP is crazy.
But then after that, just the spacing. I gotta know Alvin going into that one. I wasn't sure who was scaling up when the video was cracked out, but the way that they were jiggling from those angles, it just.
Bro, he needs 17 or like 15 or some shit like that next game. Oh, I'm so overly good. No, but he doesn't do too good on Lotus. This fuck ass nigger needs like 20. Nope. 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 I'll just keep getting those kills. Nope. Some fuck shit, bro. I can't make it up. Honestly, I think like the shot is just to go with the opposite of my instincts. Like, cause clearly, like, I don't know, some fuck shit. No, kill Retro. Don't kill anybody else, just kill Retro. No, Sim, get to 3K and kill all of them. Just fuck it, bro. Yep. Yep. Just dodge to the classic, bro. It's okay. This nigga's so fucking ass, bro. This nigga is so ass.
There's always Lotus. That's what we're hoping for here for the next map. But I want to praise Laura too in that round. So you're playing soft side, right? And you're playing all the way towards Snowman. Look at how good that orb is. Because it's a similar thing as you were mentioned before. In terms of trying to use nanostorms to run down the wall. The slow orb forces the planners to stay stuck in spot. As soon as the wall comes down, you're sitting duck. It just allows for you to play man and man on the automatic. After the fight.
Trying to lyrically charge for Brutal Boys to try and deny the seems like the inevitable. It's a huge double kill. That sets TSM behind. And 7 hits.
This shit is so nasty. GG, bro. 22 kills. GG, bro. How many kills does Retro have? He's bottom frag, right? Yep, obviously. Obviously, he's bottom frag. Why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't I bet higher on the bottom frag and lower on the top frag? Why wouldn't I do that? Why wouldn't I do that? Like, why wouldn't I do that? Why does this nigga have a ult mode? This nigga can't ult.
Wait a minute, it's kinda nasty, but Burger Boys built better weapons in the end. Checking their flanks,
This nigga dies.
hiding back
Nigga Retro is some butt cheeks.
because that Dizzy got so much value.
He needs like 11 kills.
That was pretty insane.
He's probably gonna get like 3 this round
So
too.
much value out of that
Like
round
I
for
literally
TSM.
cannot
And
make
look
this
at the
up.
ults that are available for their side. Yes, there's still some good ults
Like it's
inside of
every
Burger Boys,
time too.
especially with this hit, but there is so much counter ults.
Like I can't make it up, bro.
So it's up to
I
Burger Boys to
actually
take
cannot.
tempo first and try to get this fight, but TSM has all of the answers in the post line.
It's just a simple kill angle, but he has the option of simple shoot. He's just won almost every duel. And he was suggested to be on the high ground so much, but he's been moving around through the middle side of the site. Liverpool are more aware of him this time. Sim gets away with way too many double kills, way too much crime. Burger Boys just trying to react to it. Nothing is presenting itself.
Next thing, while they have this price control, is being in a triple swing when the wall comes down before even activating the lockdown. Because if not, it's too easy of a tell.
Trying to jump the Sim. He'll probably still hit that shot, so lockdown of Burger Boys just to get them set up. But Sim also has like a corner at the back that he can work with and could get detained, and he does in the last second. He's in a safe position, and this could bait Burger Boys into wanting to go hunt that down. Instead, they'll play off the pit. Here's the Thrash to try and find that Viper and to shut down that pit.
No, Retro gets right click push him inside the pit.
Viper out of her own pit. There is a wealth of ultimates. Still no kills somehow until now.
Yep.
Here is Sim. He's let
Yep.
loose. He is wild. Where
Yep.
Burger Boys
Yep.
are hiding from. And the Gen has been empty.
Nigga, you suck so badly, bro. Oh my Retro, you're actually the worstest. You are actually the worst. Like genuinely the worst. And Sim does not kill that. Sim does not frag like that. It's actually stupid. Shut up, nigga. Do 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 do. Yeah, shut up. Can't even hear like half these bitches. I think this is the one. Yeah, this works. I mean, I guess. The fuck did I just do? Nigga, what the fuck did I just do? Nigga. Is it because it's in channel 4? Yeah, I only want channel 5. Like, nigga. 11 kills is funny. 11 kills is funny. The nigga's on one today too, bro. I'm so cooked. I'm just so, like, overly cooked. It would have to be like a 13-0. And that's just not happening.
Yeah, I think that different tempo is definitely going to make an impact, but just to draw one final point from the first half as well, I think it would help extremely for Burger Boy to make it win one of the pistols. Like, if you're going to have a 13-7 matchup, like, you need one of the pistols, right? That 5, you just enough more rounds to sort of adjust, maybe, you know, kind of allow yourself to execute the game plan that you might have had in mind. I think a good start here for Burger Boy would definitely be a factor for them to start mounting this reverse sweep from coming from this first map. But yeah, I completely agree. I think the duelists are in fact a big factor in this. Obviously, when you're going up against the fights, the way you
GG, bro.
changes drastically from the Neon to the Raze. But they both have the Teho, they both have the Breach. There's a ton of util to back up the duelists, so we're going to be expecting that util heavy meta that we've been seeing, and I think it's not really going to stop here in the second half.
Even when you look at the duelist, it has been Lotus the only map for TSM that they've really made changes on for the second stage, feeling confident in fairly everything else, and it has been Sim going from Euro onto that Neon instead. So, Ash, my question is, when we got to see Sim so comfortable on that first map, just trying, now that we get to see Neon on the second map, will we get to see that momentum carry on forward?
I think that's a hard to answer. I feel like with the way that DSM as a whole were controlling the tempo, it does feel really good about how things might look on Lotus. It does expand on that still, because they will be able to kind of disrupt the expectations of timing on up against Burger Boys and force them to make those kind of like micro adjustments in each round to kind of say, okay, this is when we normally would expect this push. Sure, they play that game like that push people and Sim's able to catch somebody off guard, right? So I think it's going to be really interesting to see the kind of pacing and how dynamic TSM are going to use that, because we see them on completely opposite sides of the spectrum. They're the rounds where we see like the set play plan for TSM. They're hitting that site really hard off the gate, but then this team is also able to slow things down immensely. And I think that's what a lot of teams struggle up against them with, is the fact that they can change that tempo, change those expectations, thanks to the conditioning that they're doing, and it makes it so much harder to translate on one.
I think the TSM squad that the changes in this year, so many layers to this squad. They've been a tough one to contend against. So heading into the Asian Flex,
try to kite your way back to the site so you can have a comfortable finish on the bomb site to defend. Obviously, TSM, I'm looking at them to see how they're going to manage their set play. They looked incredibly drilled on that first map. I'd like to see a lot more of that form coming in the second one.
Salud.
And guys, it is going to be a battle here on the second map, I think.
Oh, yes, it will, and I'm so excited for it. Again, this is for a spot in the playoff here. TSM looks so strong, but it's time to see if Burger Boys can bounce back on Lotus. It's time to get into it and head over to our path with Jen and Ben.
Thanks, Sierra. Yeah, TSM have a big with destiny. Playoffs on the horizon, and the final curveball could be Murder Boys if they falter on their map pick of Lotus and shake off how Icebox went.
Yeah, definitely. Icebox has got to be a write-off for Burger Boys. And you just focus here on Lotus and quite technically on paper, they should be looking quite comfortable, a little bit more confident at least on Lotus as well. Just for the simple fact of
Hey, bro, I'll get back to you. Like, no bullshit. Actually, I'll just.
But I think overall, if you're looking at the duelist between Bonnie and Sim, having a both play against
Nigga, this shit is not even hearable.
you're probably gonna give the upper hand here for Burger Boys because it's gonna be hard for Sim to really get the best value
Like,
out of
what?
dashing on this site while the Rays just satchel as well with the open TP to double dive from this site. So I'm expecting here on this composition in this map that TSM should be working this AD side a lot more.
We'll change how Alvin and Manners, they've gone back and forth like who does guys, who does Omen. Either way, let's just look at how TSM are going to roll out on this. Just listening by the defense is literally, and even having the back of Sim as he enters, and Burger Boys try to cut off the rotations as TSM follows through. And it's not been an easy roll for TSM. If anything, there may not even be a destination. It's 7 and a 1 versus 3. One down, 2 more to go. And it's Burger Boys with the pistol.
Yeah, great hold towards the end there for Burger Boys, and that's the nature of it, right?
Bullshit, Retro didn't get a kill. Why would Retro get a kill? Oh, Retro got a kill, poggers.
Already the setup that you had from the side of Alvin was a wall and two slopes on that side to really just snuff out anything on that part. So you're playing off C site, you're playing light info on B site, and you're stacking A. So all of TSM is just naturally going to run into a 4-player stack, which looks even better on the highlight reel because Burger Boys just managed to complete shots by good crosshair placement. So that's a great start that you want to hear from the side of the defense here for Burger Boys. And this is what we're talking about, the test now with the wall, with the util, which is why here Bora is using his salvos at the very beginning, which is nice.
Okay, well, I think the Omen managed to get through with the neon, but because of the smoke, it made things really tricky for
Okay.
TSM to blow that wall with
Oh, Retro's dead. Retro's so dead here.
TSM are going to fumble over their laces, although they were just going to be at a disadvantage from the weapons, but at least now TSM can go forward knowing where that vice wall is and what they're going to do to set up the success after that.
Yeah, they should have. I mean, I was just saying the oh no because they should have not. GMP somehow.
Should have been on Alvin, bro. He goes crazy.
And then did get the surprise onto Retro, just couldn't get the kill. But yeah, then everything there from looking at Burger Boys set up on the C site, the vice wall of that spot is actually quite normal as well. But the ways that you have to break those razor vines in the very beginning, just making sure that
Let's get the 13-0 going.
cross, you're just gonna do the
Turn me up.
you had the raise on top of that in the composition that Burger Boys has. Just open TP when you run across, and then you still have some sort of a double dive to the site.
Well, TSM are not going to want to mess with that vice wall, so they'll just play off their neon walls, try and pressure into tree, and even with the boot
Oh boy.
activated, Burger Boys
Oh.
are just not there. Face the danger
He gets
head
sold,
on.
bro.
As the spike being dropped, Burger Boys have to open the door to see what's on the other side of the board. Oh, yeah, triple kill from TSC. Only that was trying to
Nigga, are you fucking retarded, bro? No, don't help your teammates, bro. Don't help your teammates. Don't help your teammates, bro. Why would you do that?
You already had the lurk up from
Why would you
Bora,
ever
went
help
towards
your
security,
teammates?
so naturally they're not going to come down towards that
Why would
spot.
you ever help your
You don't want
teammates?
to be exposed hugging into the
You're a free orb, I'm not gonna lie. You're a free fucking orb, bro, or retro.
But dude, the plot armor, how does Retro survive? Has 70 HP on top of that. When
You're just a free orb, like.
Jimmy almost turned around back in favor here for TSM, but again, it's just a nice little wall bang towards the end with just
What the fuck?
TSM not knowing where the last
Shit doesn't make any sense.
Converting a bonus is huge.
Oh yeah,
TSM will have
140 on that ass.
going into this, and now has to experiment around this fight wall that is going to
Yup.
close out Sim, isolate him from the rest, sneaking by his
Yup.
GMD, and Bonnie deals with the
Yup.
rest of TSM. They double kill from
Yup.
7, making this possible, but 3 coil upgrades to the Stinger, 1 versus 3 with the spike down. Not going to be easy.
Info of where the open is still. You just flash the floor, so there is an opening for recoil because Kobe is huge waterfall.
Crouch up there, trying to get a lucky headshot, but hey, this is a fantastic start for Burger Boys.
Let's get 13-0 on the board.
TSM on the A side. Don't worry,
Let's get that 13-0 going. Bro, if they didn't choose ice, nigga, who chooses icebox though? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like icebox is not even like a good map
having the best
for like
in terms of like
comp and shit.
getting into these fights. So you're going to have to really start adding a little bit more works here at this point. I think it'll be smart if TSM still continues to protocol and condition the salvos into the site, which is happening right now. And then now you can start working around the map. Get the orbs, open the doors, force these rotates. And because TSM's been good here in these duels, in these fights against Burger Boys. So now if you're forcing them to fight head-to-head against you, instead of running into a bunch of huge silver Burger Boys, you might stand a chance.
Here's the mind game for TSM, opening that door for a fake, and this is going to force Taylor to run some practice, check things out.
Oh, got two.
TSM are still in spawn, which may inspire Bonnie and Manners to keep pushing through and challenge the Sentinel still in spawn. Here's the move. Hodge in position. Bonnie could be walled off here. That is going to stop them from pushing through into spawn.
Take control though. You start droning and salvoing the spot and try to fight back towards A. And this is the map manipulation we're talking about. Force some players through a GMD, you can try to open a duel into the C site, and then we'll see what happens towards the end.
And Burger Boy still trying to play close. Well, Paranoia is going to blind Sim. Showstopper out. I don't even know how he could see.
Fake ass old. Bro, they need to like buff Weasel or some shit. This shit's like not real. Shit's strictly cosmetic. Yeah, they definitely get around.
Oh, there's double flank too. Or is pitched.
Rolling Thunder out 7 is leading
Yep.
up to victory. You have GMD teleporting behind, so TSM
Nice.
in this to try and stop the win streak from Burger Boys. Most promising rival round for TSM. Just Retro now in the 1 versus 4.
Get like 2 here, bro. If you get 2, I'll be proud.
Again, which would be pivotal.
I think he needs to save this weapon too. Bonnie is so low that Retro needs to get this drop for him.
Yep.
18 HP, 17 HP.
Us.
Retro denies 2 weapons at the end.
The nice has a rolling thunder now into this round. That's
Nah, it's cooked though.
for Bonnie as well.
Game's cooked.
This is actually quite nice towards the end.
Nah, it's gonna give me false hope. I'm already knowing.
Look at how expensive it gets for them still. Small shields, guarding for one of them. But everything out of here was exactly as planned. Even GMD getting that spot on
Bro, why'd they have to choose Icebox though? Nobody like preps for that map.
didn't allow it here for
This bum ass team.
Burger Boys to set up here on the defense.
TSM have hung back the floor, just seeing how aggressive Burger Boys are going to be off the rip. Drones coming out. TSM are still in spawn. Burger Boys hold their ground. I'm probably expecting that vice wall once again to be over in the A lobby, so Burger Boys are going to adjust, merge to B and C if needed.
Stick
TSM
around, though.
have to figure out how they get through this vice wall.
It's a big win so far for Burger Boys. They just tried to go for a gamble, paranoia, open door, and try to punish it to the front of the site. But they still have Armageddon to open up C. So the only difference this time around, though, is that Alvin changed his setup a bit, so he has another razor line at a different spot. So Sim might not be able to move up as quickly or freely as he wants to, and it delays enough here to allow for the retake for Burger Boys to already be in a good position.
Rolling Thunder ready for retro. They're all lined up for it. You got Fracto on the off angle and Waterfall. He's unsmoked. Burger Boys traverse. GMP cuts off one, but Body's already done the damage. The retro's there with the follow-up. And it's pretty even.
No.
Still got the recoil to put the is back in the driver's seat. Keep Manners on the side.
No. This fuck ass nigga Sim.
Yeah, we relied way too much on that Rolling Thunder for the retake of Burger Boys.
I need to get, need to get like 9 or some shit. I'm overly cooked. It's not even like close.
Start engaging into the retake, but I wish we actually invested into the razor vines as well, because you're rolling thundering into a site. The salvos are already used.
26.
And then when you're going through the
Yeah.
but it's only cosmetics at this level, chat. So
Yep.
use your razor vines.
Maybe if you got like 15 last game, I would win. But this is, it's over. It's 2 over. It's 2 over. 9 kills.
Yeah, because it's momentum. There's already been a lot of noise over here.
It's
DSM
2
don't
over.
wanna risk staggering in. There are so many doorways and entries into B. It's so risky to go in blind, so DSM are back to square one trying to scale up through A.
You're hoping that Mark will do some damage. Headshots would be good. It's nice in the hands of Bonnie. And that's already giving his position away. Having the bullets.
Oh. Alright, no alert for GMP. Sheriff peek from Alvin.
That had
Not
to
a
be a
rifle
small
ship
shield,
from
right? That had to be a small shield by Benini. I missed it, but from that distance, that was a nice shot from Alvin.
Alright, here we see a nice overdrive from Sim.
No, we're not.
And gets shotgun in the bag. Okay, PS7 makes up for it. But now this pesky body is behind PSM as they walk in, and no one turned around for him.
You know what I mean? He gets fully stunned by the util of KO and still gets 2 kills with it. That's why the stuns are cosmetics in this game. And that's why I
If I bet down on Go, I would went crazy.
the way it is, because that's why you need that second.
Or is not getting 32.
Right? Blast through so that you get the best value out of the stuns. If not, you just have to go half. Very nice shots coming out from Bonnie. Nice little grab her onto the second one too. Well done. But yeah, just individual tools that came out on the side here of Burger Boys. And we went temple once again for PSM and just fell apart.
Ew.
Okay, yeah, Manners really committed to that teleport. Has to be on wall. At least it's 1 for 1, and Bonnie has to be as
Ew.
signs, but TSM as a team are just different, especially for with 5 HP. Pulls out the 3K, leaving Alvin.
Ew. No way they're winning.
Expect recoil to be there with the spike and all the
No
action.
way. That's a good sell. I'm not gonna lie. That's a great sell, I would say.
The space was gained by Burger Boys. They got so much space off the
It's a phenomenal sell.
on to 7.
Niggas are sellers. Niggas are merchants.
At that spot. How in the open too? He wasn't even jiggling for anything. He just stood his ground and sprayed
Niggas
the
are
guy down.
bombs. That's what they are.
Look at this.
Bomb ass niggas.
It was the 3 kill I wanted, but it doesn't matter.
It's still cool, and
Yeah.
Burger Boys are just gonna have to allow this Neon to make the space. Trying to challenge it has not worked out. Now there's an Armageddon from Fracto, and TSM are in a lot of trouble having to step up and step past it. And with the door open, Bonnie gets
Yup.
a curveball in him. TSM.
GG boat. GG boat.
Just looking it towards the C site.
GG boat.
Right now, Bonnie only has a Guardian. Definitely
plant down, but they could maybe plant and flip the map into spawn. You know, instead of you're playing delay. I think Recoil, they're just gonna play their ones. So he's gonna delay with Razor Mines, he's gonna play watching flank, and then you're gonna have Sim. If there's nobody pushing in through Waterfall, he's probably gonna get a late lurk. Or trying to cross her back towards the end here from Waterfall in then.
Lonnie's trying to take the 1v1. Oh, what a turn and burn on Sim! Lonnie, something else on Icebox. Now needs a team to really step up with him too. Last 1v1, clutch there by Recoil. And TSM making the comeback.
Dude, Recoil I'm getting flashbacks of Recoil when these two guys just got picked up to TSM and were both like, who the hell are these guys? They're like the Cortesia Shinam at home of MIBR, where both Mora and Recoil were just amazing into the challenger stage. Both from using utility as their agents, but also just very clean on shots. And when those two guys were alive, you could definitely count on them to clutch around for you. Look at that. I know it's cost our placement and it's easy, but just to get one tap, it's just so satisfying to watch. And now the Econ's broken again for Bergen Boys, but they were able to answer back last time.
Oh, Sim literally slipped under the bullets, picks up a 2K, and is causing havoc over at B. Great shot out of Retro. Completely kill momentum for TSM. Now it's plan B to go to C. He's got a Vice Wall to worry about and Thorns, so want to get the late created from Alvin to bring Retro Nanners into the waterfall, start surrounding TSM. Now they're stepping on the site.
You have no util left to work with. I mean, it's paranoia that would be huge. They play double flash. Oh no, not again.
TSM was just ready. Such a good read on those players in waterfall. Now it's just Retro once again. 1 versus 3. At least there's some injuries on the TSM side. The flash through the smoke, but not even allowed to have fun. TSM tie it up.
I respect the idea of the superstars this time around because they're now once again fighting for the weaponry. Although on top of that, Nanners had a rifle to work with. But the thing is, we started running out once again before the steel guard is fully activated. I feel like there's a misunderstanding of that was a nice shot by Retro, by the way. But that we could have had Nanners in a position to run the
Low-key, I shot by Retro. I just think Retro some buns. Should have performed last game. Are you playing Viper on Icebox? I can't get over like 15 kills. To do his fucking wall off site and fucking post plant. Fucking Viper Molly. Fucking old with the shotgun. Alright, bro. This game's over. This game's over. Yup. No, this game's over. Unlucky TBH. Unlucky how I always, but like, these numbers are such a... I'm not trying to hear that. Bro, how old is this thing, bro? I swear he looks different every video. Ish. Ooh. I love his big spin. He tried. That's a nice spot. Song's ass. Getting all you. Skadabadab deep doop. Skadabadab doop doop doop. Who the fuck is this guy? Looks like an Italian mobster. Or that one guy from that one movie. Yeah. That was a good frontside flip. Bro, I love when he inward hills. That shit's buttery. And his nollie hill. That shit's fat too. Holy moly. It's like a building, bro. It's like a fucking building. He just tray flips it. How are his knees not bad, bro? A good backside flip V-hill. Frontside flip. Oh, switch. Switch frontside. He's looking like Nigel. Like the big jaw. Bro, I love these floaty, like the floaty little clips like this, where they go super fast. I'm like these fucking ditches. These are like my favorite type of clips. I don't even know like how this is possible. Yeah, that was good. Kind of reminds me of didn't it? Yeah, that was good though. And she was, you know, yeah. Sheesh Louise.